G'day everyone, Craig Lord here. Now motorsport in Auckland is in big trouble. Western Springs Speedway is fighting for its survival. The Mount Wellington Race Park was needlessly taken away from its users, and gut instincts tell me that Waikato Park is next in the firing line. Right now, the users of Mount Wellington Race Park are going through a mighty legal case. This is because the bucket motorcycle racers, the University of Auckland Formula SAE team, the karts and even the rollerbladers were all kicked out. And for what reason? Hidden agendas, land grabs, money, and a lack of understanding about how communities actually work. The future plans offered to the motorsport community were no plans at all. In fact, it has been found that they were nothing more than a smokescreen, somewhere that let the bureaucrats offer promises while secretly knowing it was a death knell. I am speaking, of course, of the proposed Colindale Park. CDP has massive issues, tougher noise restrictions than currently at Western Springs, no traffic management plans, and to top it off, no confirmed acceptance from Auckland Airport or the CAA, who have the power to shut down the airport if it is deemed that the speedway flood lighting could be confusing to aircraft 200 metres up in their landing approach. Then there is the finance and business cases for CDP. Well, actually, the lack of them is more accurate. To set up the replacement facilities will be at least $100 million as a starter. And that doesn't include the required roading changes, which will also be in the multi-millions. And rumour has it that the commercial financial backers who might have assisted with the funding have lost interest after years of stuffing around by council. Of course, to make it even better, imagine you're a resident of Whangaparoa and you find Penlink is delayed again just because the funding has been diverted to build adequate roading to Colindale Park and changes to Western Springs. I'm sure you can imagine the response. There is no logic to CDP, especially now that all this information has been unearthed. Council is wasting money to try and make a poorly conceived idea to replace successful and functioning motorsport facilities with a grandiose proposal that everyone is beginning to realise will be impossible to achieve. To top it off, the council is preparing to spend hundreds of thousands of ratepayers' dollars to fight sporting groups in the High Court to justify things like the seizure of Mount Wellington Race Park just so they can lease it as a storage yard. By all means, build a miniature racetrack at Colindale Park for karting and bucket motorcycle racing and rollerblading, etc., as there's a lack of capacity for those sports, but keep Western Springs where it is. And as you, the fans, will agree, there is nothing wrong with that idea. Auckland Council, RFA, Panuku and AT are all bullies. We know that. But there is a way for you to fight back. You see, Auckland Council has no strategy for motorsport. There are, however, certain councillors that believe in the rights of Aucklanders to enjoy their chosen pastimes and their business pursuits. They are fighting hard to stop this madness for you and put a strategy in place. The following councillors have been fighting a tough battle in the background to save motorsport in Auckland: Wayne Walker, John Watson, Daniel Newman, Mike Lee, Paul Young, Sharon Stewart, Greg Sayers, Grant Gillen. There are also potential councillors like Tracy Mulholland who back motorsport in Auckland. It is absolutely crucial that you vote in the upcoming elections, and whilst you need to make your decision based across a large spectrum of important factors, if you're wanting to protect motorsport in Auckland, you need to take heed of who is supporting you and who isn't. Do not assume that everyone else will vote so you don't have to bother. You must make the effort. I've spent the last 17 years working in motorsport across multiple categories as a photographer and a journalist, a magazine editor, TV presenter, commentator, videographer, PR, marketing, event management. And it's more than just my chosen career path, it's what I love. And if I do get in as Auckland Mayor, I will not stop doing it. In fact, I'll be even more involved because I'll be on the inside helping to fight alongside those councillors to save motorsport in Auckland. You can help save Auckland motorsport by voting to make sure that you have the right decision makers in council after this year's local body elections. Please share this information across the motorsport spectrum and vote for councillors and a mayor that will glove up for you. And finally, whilst I have a list of current councillors that are for and against motorsport listed on my Facebook page soon, I'd like you to study this particular chart. And I'll talk to you again soon.